Hey everyone, welcome back to the great indoors. Well, I guess you could say that we're having a good old-fashioned Nova Scotia winter. If you've been following the weather at all, you know we've been really getting it. And we've only had a few days above freezing now in a month. So that tamarack tree we were just looking at there has been on the front porch all winter, and it's been frozen most of the time. And it never ceases to amaze me that even though that tree's sitting there frozen, there's a biological clock ticking inside of it, and the buds are starting to swell on it. So they're just amazing trees. So today we're going to pot up one of my favorite yamadori trees that I've found. But first, I want to give you an update on the giant sequoias. So let's take a look at them. So most of the time, they've been living right here on the end of this table, catching the sun coming through this window. There's only been a couple of days that I've been comfortable putting them outside, but they're all doing really good. Really happy with them. And the cuttings that I've made from them are doing really nice. It just takes a little trimming up the bottom of them to start to develop a trunk on them. And I've heard a lot of different things on YouTube about how hard they are to root, and it might take 6 months, and I can only root in water, and I've heard a bunch of things. So I'll show you what I'm doing with them. They're just the perfect tree for taking cuttings, because we'll take this one right here. It's like they just make perfect trees on them all the time. So you'll have to excuse me, I'm trying to film with one hand. So I'm just going to strip the bottom off of this one, and I'll be right back. There we go. So all I'm doing is just stripping the bottom of them and giving them a dip in the hormone. And sticking them right in dirt. I've heard a lot of stories about people only rooting them in water, and it might take 6 months, but I've had no problem getting these trees to root. They've just been a wonderful thing. This one has probably been in here for a month, and I was just tugging on it, and it is totally rooted. And they're very aggressive. I'm finding them really aggressive. They're rooting no problem. So that's really exciting. I think they're going to make a great product in these little concrete pots. And I'll be making them all the time, for sure. They're just doing really nice. Can't wait to put them outside. So here's our tree. I saved you the struggle of getting it out of the box. It was a bit of a struggle. These balsifers they grow a lot of roots. They're very aggressive on the root side of things. So this one has been in this box for about 2 years. Box has served it well. So when I collected this tree, I was thinking that it was a hemlock tree. Back then I was pretty confused about them because this was really early in my collecting. And now I'm pretty sure that this is a balsa fir, one of the most prolific trees around here. And this one was collected in my third video called Last Chance for Yamadori. So I've got a couple of screenshots of what it looked like when I pulled it out. So we'll take a look at those now. So as you can see, this one was growing in the shale pit with a bunch of other little stunted trees. I'm hoping to go back to that spot sometime this spring once things thaw out. So we'll get this one raked out. So this tree has been in this box for about 2 years, and it never really skipped a beat. The balsa firs have been really easy to collect. I don't think I've had any of them die. The spruce trees are a little more finicky sometimes, but these balsa firs are very easy to collect, and if you're thinking of getting into it, they're a really good tree to look for. I've got some really nice ones that I'm really happy with. A classic Nova Scotia Christmas tree. And if they're getting the right nutrients when they're young, they're very fast growing. And within 3 or 4 years, you've got to basically have a Christmas tree. So it's just the magic that happens in the shale pit. I've been really happy with this pot, this size pot. One of the things about making these pots is it's really hard to make a good 45 corner on them. So cutting these corners off has been a great thing for making them easier to make. So we'll get some screens in here. And some soil. So one of the things about my mix is I only use a really large size perlite. A lot of the perlite that's that you can get in the big box stores, it's really fine, and I really like the big coarse, because it makes it more like it's growing in gravel, and that's what trees really like. This is one of those trees that just caught my eye right away because of the shape of it, and really hasn't changed a whole lot since I got it. It's just the trunk has gotten better, and it's just gotten established more. So here's a shot of her all mossed up. I am hoping to make it back to that shale pit this summer. I know there's a lot of good trees sitting there buried in snow right now. Just waiting for spring, like everybody. I hope everyone's having a great day. And I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.